I'm Quinny, welcome to the channel guys. In this video today, I'm staring down the barrel of winning a unique in this midweek. When the Celtic team came out last night, I've got to admit, I thought all my hopes of doing anything in this midweek game week had went down the gutter. Greg Taylor nowhere in the squad. Post-deadline, I got the news that Tierney was not going to be available for the trip to Sporting Lisbon. And I thought, I've got no defenders in any of my teams. But I did. I still had Unique Mulgrew playing for Dundee United. And we are at the moment, guys, are sitting numero uno, top of the Unique kickoff division. It is the only place that pays out anything. It is win or nothing. I've still got Brais Mendes to run tonight for Real Sociedad playing Roma, and there's 2 or 3 other people who may still be in a chance of knocking me off a top spot and taking the card. Now the card is a unique, which is why I'm super excited, but it's a tier 5, which might sound rubbish. I've went through the prize pool and there is some gems in there. In the video today, I'll be breaking down the sweat for the first unique. We also have the return of a club legend to FC Barcelona, as well as a little sneak peek ahead into the weekend before we do the deadline live stream tomorrow, 1 o'clock UK time, with me and Harry Trades here on the channel. If you're new to Sorare and you haven't caught that yet, it's on every Friday, 2 hours before deadline. We go through the latest news, predicted 11s, as well as assess the prize pools and the competition out there and talk about all the different dynamics for the weekend ahead. If you've never caught it, I recommend you check it out. Everyone that comes along has a great time on the show. If you haven't even opened your account yet, there's a link in the description of this video that will get you a free limited once you've bought 5 from the market. At any point in the video, if you do laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We are pushing for 10,000 subscribers. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. Now, that Celtic team sheet that came out absolutely ruined me. I thought with no Taylor in the squad at all, there was absolutely no hope. I thought I was going to be able to bully my way into a top spot in Challenger Europe and get an easy #1 finish, but with there been no Taylor, and I was really kicking myself about that because I watched the game at the weekend and Taylor did get a bit of a dead leg and he played on through it. I made a little mental note about it and then I kind of forgot to make any sort of reference to it later on, so it's probably my bad in that respect as well. And really, I didn't really have any defenders. I didn't have any real combination of a team that I could have fashioned and got out there. But like I say, when I come on to have a look at my teams as the game week started and all the kickoffs were happening, I was thinking, oh, that's something. I actually have Mulgrew and Hark starting, and then obviously Dyson Maeda goes out and gets the goal for Celtic right rapid, and I'm thinking, Jesus man, this team is in with a great shot. The way these divisions go, no matter what scarcity you're playing in, if you play rare kickoff, the rare card will always be your captain, and this is the same for me up here. So Big Mulgrew brought in a 53 and a 1-1 draw away from home last night, which was great for me to see for him. He won a tackle, he's got some good defensive output here, 53 points with no clean sheet, smashing. Dyson Maeda gets the goal, only plays 30 minutes, but gets enough of an AA to walk off the pitch with 80 points, which is beautiful. Harks did a 51, which we'll love to see as well, him back in the team. And now tonight, it all rests on Brais Mendes away to Roma in the Olimpico, and I think this is the first leg of their knockout round in the Europa League, so Brais is a key player. He can be decisive capable in matches like this, of course, but it's a very tough fixture. He should start. I'm hoping he brings in around 50 points. If the worst case, high 40s, man, at the very least. If best case scenario, we get 70 or 80 out of him. We're riding high, #1 on the leaderboard at the moment. And you know, a lot of these other guys are in and around me. Don't really have, I don't think, too much of a shot of catching me. If you really want to study a leaderboard and see how much of a sweat you've got on in your position or with the positions you can maybe make up, going on to Sorare data, hitting on the SO5 tab here, Game Week Center, and then when you're in the Game Week Center here, hitting on rankings allows you to see some great information and gives you some great filters to actually play around and see who's still available and who can still run. So as you can see, the guys on the podium are right behind me. Al Sobia here has got captain Unique Reina in goal, so that's dangerous for him if he gets pumped tonight or concedes a couple of goals. And he's got a guy called Bruno Pacheco playing for Fortaleza. He's on 147 points. He's not too far behind me, but with maybe if Brais keeps a good score, I can keep my distance from him. This guy here in second is going to have a DNP goalkeeper, but he's got a Muzu to play for Anderlecht. He's only 40, 50 points behind me, so again, it's not impossible that he catches me. But then outside of that, I'll have a look at these teams on Sorare. They're a little bit prettier. So the guy in second with the DNP goalkeeper, he's got a Muzu still to run. He had Unique Yuan for Hibs against Rangers, so that was brave. The guy in third with the Unique Pepe and still got Bruno still to play. He's had 3 other guys play and actually some decent scores, so he on paper has probably got the best shot. He's probably considered himself the favourite for this division at the moment. 8th position is the next serious contender here. BG9 is currently on 57 points. He's had Unique Shamal George run, but he has Idrisse, Sven Coombs, Chris Smalling and Julian Dessart all ready to go and play this game week, and they're just not all in great fixtures particularly, so I'm not expecting them to score amazing, but if he gets 5 starters, if he gets around the 260 points mark, he can definitely be in a shot of catching me, so I consider him a real contender for this position. And then only thanks to the beauty of Sorare data do I know the only other 2 competitors is all the way back here in 18th on 0 points at the moment, a guy called Smithy. He has had Dorsch has got no game, but he's got Captain Johan Bash, he's got Borja playing for Betis as well as Sabali, and he's got Marvin Hitz in goal for Basel. So he could still surprise, he could come out of nowhere and really blow me off the top. And also, all the way back here again on last spot on 0 points as well, Metal Gear. He's got another guy with no game, but he's got Unique Acuna for Sevilla. He's going to have a DNP in goals, but with Junior Santos, Pizzella and that Acuna, like, it's not unimaginable that he could collect 3 scores, and I say if Braze did terribly or whatever, it's not unimaginable that this guy could be in amongst it. Couple of coins on offer if he's into that, but there's only a tier 5 unique. Now, I've went through this. This is a huge pool, guys, and it is, forever changing. The last person that was on top was Lucas Klosterman. Now it's Marcel Hausenberg, okay? But it is a very deep pool, and it looks like it's adjusted since the last time I looked at it. These would all be potentially one of ones. Winning a unique card is something that I've been desperate to do on the platform. I've built my gallery around trying to do it. And the tier 5s, obviously, Sorare have just repurposed all of their tiers, so we've got a better idea on the standing of the player. We're going to win the quality of the card. We're going to win potentially even the price of the card in some instances, depending on the scarcity. But when it comes to unique, there really could be any opportunity in here. Even if it is a DNP, no-hoper guy on paper the now. Like, look at this guy here, Dickman. I know he plays and he's a good value guy, so he could be somebody that could come into the 4. There's been some good guys in here that do play in Champion Euro, for example, and then there's some forgotten faces of other teams in other divisions that are maybe injured or out on loan. But because they're uniques, it opens up so many possibilities that even if it is a kind of crap reward, there's a degree of crap you can tolerate, you know. Now, I was actually a little bit more hyped coming on to make this video because I did go through this pool with a fine-tooth comb, and there was 1 or 2 players, I even forget who some of them were, that are no longer in the pool that were actually, I was like, oh wow, they're a tier 5, that's spicy. And the one I was the most excited about is Christopher Ayer. He was in here as a tier 5. He's DNP at the moment at Brentford. He's had some super rares issued as his rewards, and he's had a few auctions already, so he has some metrics that would allow the reward pool to spit him out. But I think that now that they've changed it, you know, and particularly as well because there's not that many rewards given out and it is unique, these things can only be issued out once, whether it be by auction or by sale. So I'm hopeful that if I did win this, it would be something towards this kind of top end tier where the guys probably do play to some extent and they have at least a little bit of utility, I would hope anyway. But yeah, I was hoping there might have been something in here a little bit more fun, but alas, there is not. Like I mentioned in the intro, guys, we can welcome back a hero, a legend of the club, Memphis Depay, the actual Memphis Depay that I had in my gallery that won me all the cards that he won, has now returned. Roddy Boss is, and excuse my language here, a fucking bastard, by the way. He had this card and I was like, mate, going to just swap me? It's like not even a... There is no significance to this to anyone else in the world other than me. And I was even happy to give him like a goalkeeper that could be sold for 10 or 20 quid. But he was an absolute dickhead about it. I was always going to want this card back. And I really did change my opinion on Roddy. I thought he was actually a decent guy, but he's an absolute bellend. Not a fan of him anymore. But hey ho, it is what it is. We got the card back. I'm so happy to have it. And it looks great, guys, because I had another Depay, and if you're not aware of the real significance of me personally wanting this Memphis back in, as you can see, I'm the previous owner of it. I bought it ages ago for 120 quid, 117 quid. Now, he left my gallery September last year, so he's been out the club for about 6 months or so, which in Sorare terms is almost an eternity. But for an outfielder on Raw Cards 1, he's head and shoulders my best ever card. I'm looking forward to him now being back in form at Atletico Madrid, bossing in a 7-8 against Seville in the last match. He's going to be making some partnership up front with Griezmann. I've also got Llorente coming into that team, and of course, Memphis negotiated it in his contract with FC Barcelona, and he is captain every time, no matter what. So he's back in the house, and I'm looking forward to getting him back in this weekend, and hopefully we can get him trying to win as a prize. And I'm not too sure how I'm going to lay out tactically across everything. We'll cover that on the deadline stream. I'm not going to bore you with all my teams or whatever on this video. But with the All-Star Rare, which has always been a division I've prioritised when the threshold was there, it's a great division, in my opinion, for card wins. I've always targeted it quite strong, but now I'm targeting it with an extra 10% bit of welly on top. So I'm going at it hard this week. New York City at home to Miami. Santi Rodriguez is back in town. Talis Magno is due a good game. Captain Memphis, it's in his contract. You know that already. And then level 19, Robbo playing Bournemouth. We'll need to check the predicted 11 just to make sure he's still in. And Oblak playing Girona should be a decent game. He's on level 20. So hopeful for that. We see the return of Memphis and a kind of burst of glory, as it were. I really hope you wish me luck, guys, for the sweat we've got for the Unique kickoff. I'm hoping the team can ride high. I've also got a bit of a sweat for winning a Super Rare in Challenger Europe anyway. I've not got any more cards to run. There wasn't that many competitive teams listed. There's 8 places for a card, so maybe I get a rubbish Super Rare as well to go along with my rubbish Unique. I'll be getting my £50 worth of Ethereum, or my $50 worth of Ethereum, thanks to Haksabanovic, Moy and Maeda all coming in with decisors, which was great. But it's all about that top spot. We've got to cross our fingers and toes for Bryce Mendes away to Roma tonight, guys. I wish you luck as well for this midweek if you've got anything going. I hope to see you joining me and Harry for the live stream tomorrow, 1 o'clock UK time, 2 hours before deadline, the latest predictions on news, availability reports, and all that other good stuff in between. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.